This is a painfully slow beat. But it's not any old beat. This beat is divided into two parts. The first part, the second part. The first part, the second part. The first part, the second part. And really, what you're seeing is ta-dee, 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 because each beat has a ta-dee in it, whether you say it or not. I'm going to sing Chairs to Men on rhythm syllables, showing you how the rhythm lines up with this subdivided beat. Pay close attention, but don't fall asleep, because it's really, really slow. You might even say it's largo. Chairs to mend, old chairs to mend. Mackerel, fresh mackerel, any old rags, any old rags. Whew! I'm gonna need an oxygen mask after that. That was so long. Hey, let's look at this phrase. It's the first half of the first phrase. Chairs to mend old. All right, so let's look at the two taws at the end, beats 3 and 4. Each taw, each quarter note, takes up an entire beat. If you look at the very first note, the dotted quarter note, that takes up one beat and the first half of the second beat. That note gets 1.5 beats. And then the single eighth note is on the second half of the second beat. It gets a half a beat. Right here is the second half of the second phrase. Mackerel, any. All right, so it's almost the same as the one we were just looking at, except for the two toddies on beat 4. And as you can see, each note is sitting above a half a beat. So a toddy, first half, second half, gets a whole beat together, but each separate one gets a half a beat. Ooh, and here is the last half of the last phrase. Old rags. And so it's got a half note, which takes up 2 entire beats, a quarter note, a taw, which takes up 1 beat, and then the quarter rest also takes up an entire beat, but it's a beat of silence. The point of all this is hopefully to really clearly demonstrate how many beats or how many parts of a beat notes get. What we're concentrating on right now is the dotted quarter eighth pattern. So if you looked at this picture, could you look at the beats underneath the dotted quarter note and see that it gets a whole beat plus a half, 1.5 beats? Hopefully you can see that. If you looked at the single eighth note, could you see that it is sitting over the second half of a beat, getting only half a beat? And then if you looked at the taw, the quarter note, could you tell by looking at that picture that it gets 1 entire beat? That's kind of what we're hoping you're getting from this. Let's see if you understood in a Schoology assessment. At the end of this video, either click or touch next or select the blue puzzle piece. Using the picture from the first half of the first phrase of Chairs to Mend, determine how many beats each of the notes gets when a quarter note, ta, gets 1 beat. Start attempt. There is my handy-dandy picture. It is very helpful. I can really see clearly how many beats, how many parts of a beat these notes get. And then down here, it's like a drag and drop or a matching or something. And so what you do is you select the thing you want, and then you poke it in the box you want it to go in. Dragging, it's kind of a drag, so try and poke it and then poke it where it goes. I am not going to give you the answers because hopefully that gives you the answers. Look closely. Then answer these as well as you can. All 3 of them, then touch review. Finish. Yes. And when you refresh, hopefully you'll get 100. I think I got a 0 because I didn't do any of them. But that's okay, because I think I know the answers.